If you've been living under a rock, you probably have still heard about Helldivers 2, and how amazing that this game is, and it took the world by storm last year. This game is still going on to this day. Not only that, they just implemented something that I really enjoy. One of them is a brand new Warbond, because I always loved the Warbonds, but the other thing is that they added weapon customization to this game. And so today I wanted to go ahead and look into the weapon customization with you guys. For the upcoming Illuminate invasion of Super Earth, which weapons do you think should be used against the Illuminate? Let's go ahead and find out how they did on their weapon customization. Now I will say this about the weapon customization in Helldivers 2. It immediately reminds me of Dark Tide's Unlocked and Loaded Weapon Mastery update, where weapons now have levels, and when you complete a mission, you get weapon level XP, which you can see right here. Now when we go into a weapon, let's start with the standard Liberator. You can see that they have optics, underbarrels, muzzle attachments, and magazines. So pretty basic, but for a game like this, honestly, works really well. And not only that, with the weapon level XP, this gives veteran players such as myself something to grind for now, because every single weapon, besides any crossover weapons, has customization, and all of them vary to certain degrees, of course. Now, depending on the weapon, it will decide what customization it actually has, and unfortunately not all of them get customizations to the degree that the Liberator gets. For example, the Tenderizer, the biggest complaint about this weapon is actually the fact it's magazine. And of course, what do? They don't give us a magazine upgrade for this. But I can go ahead and put a drum magazine on the Liberator Carbine that has an insane fire rate, which I can't wait to unlock. You'll probably notice that I have a couple levels from here on out. And before any of you ask, the Constitution unfortunately only gets skins. But every gun in this game gets skins, and some of them vary for how they look. Like, I don't think Arctic looks good at all. But then there are others where Urban, I think, looks great. And honestly, Venus, which is the chemical agents, looks fantastic. And I can't wait to have that for my gas stopper. And then a classic Night Color. Unfortunately, with no upgrade, no weapon customization for weapons like the Constitution, the Deadeye unfortunately only has optics for customization, and including the brand new gun from the newest Warbond, the Amendment, which you can see, I can get the sniper scope right now actually, only has optics. And we'll talk about the Amendment later on. But overall, what I think about this, it's great. It's awesome that they added this. The fact that we can put a vertical foregrip on the MP Knight is really fucking awesome, because this gun has insane recoil, as you can see down here. Oh, I gotta move my head, hang on. As you can see on my, there we go. You think I know how to do this by now. Hang on, I'll do something funny. As you can see right here, this is so raw editing. As you can see right here that the recoil sim, it shows you, instead of giving us a firing range, it's showing you the recoil sim. Now, if I go ahead and take off, where is it? Apparently I take off nothing. Ah, there we go. If I go ahead and equip the MP Knight's vertical foregrip, the recoil sim gets a lot closer down instead of bringing the gun up so high. Which I like that they show that, because that's like one of the things you're going to try to figure out with these guns. And, of course, you can get an extended mag on this thing, which I think is wild, and I can't wait. The Reprimand alone is another weapon that I'm working on very slowly, because this also has a tremendous recoil, hence why it's a two-handed SMG. You can't use it one-handed like the other SMGs. But you put a vertical foregrip on that thing, and bam, look at that recoil go down immediately. I've been using it with the vertical foregrip and the flash hider, and I can't wait to get the compensator, which is overpowered as shit. Arrowhead, don't fucking touch the guns, I swear to God. I swear to fucking God. We're okay, we're still dying a lot. But I can't wait to get that on there and feel how that gun feels after that. This is a great buff to all the weapons in the game. Like, this makes some of the weapons, like, with high recoil or very annoying to shoot, more viable. Like, I love this. And I can't wait. Like, this, I played the game non-stop all weekend. And I've just been enjoying the ever-loving shit of this. I haven't tried any of the shotguns yet, nor the explosives, or any of the a couple of the energy. This fucking scythe has a unique one with the magazine. You can upgrade its heat sink, which I think is wild. But you can't do it on, you can't do it on the sickle, which a lot of people are like, what the fuck? So I'm really hoping that this is the beginning of weapon customization, and that these weapons are going to actually see more options. because they should. For example, the flamethrower. I don't think there's a single game out there that has customizable flamethrowers, and Helldivers could be one of the very few or one of the first to have that, and I hope that's not an opportunity that they're gonna miss out on. Also, and notice there's no fire color, like there's no orange. So, obviously this is the very introduction of it. There is no customization for secondaries, melee, no customization on grenades, or no customization on stratagems. The reason I mentioned grenades and stratagems is because in the devlog, they kind of hinted at it. They don't know if they will, but it's not 100% no. I do think we'll see secondaries get weapon customization at the minimum. I can't wait to put an extended mag on the CQC Saber. But I'm very happy with what we've gotten so far. Do I want them to keep advancing it? Absolutely, because like I said, some of these weapons have nothing. Like, come on, you can put an extended mag on the exploding crossbow. Yeah, come on, just fill it up higher on the top so it blocks your scope. The other thing I want to talk about when it came to this update is the Warbond, and you can see that right here. And I'm going to throw this at the end of the video, but that's my overall look at the weapon customization if you have no interest. I wanted to talk about the Masters of Ceremony Warbond. Oh, that's cool, it has the skin of the amendment that I'm using right now. This is probably the most controversial Warbond that has ever come out in Helldivers, and it sucks, like, when it comes to that, because I was really excited for this Warbond. And I will say this, I'm still happy with this Warbond. I genuinely did enjoy what this thing brought to the table. Is it viable? Not really, but it's not 100% useless like a lot of people are claiming. For example, depending on what front you fight on, the amendment is actually really good. I have found no issues fighting the Illuminate with this weapon because there's not a lot of medium or heavy pen weapon enemies in the Illuminate, which is why they're one of my favorites. They're the faction where you can use the most amount of weapons, hence why I like fighting on that front. The bugs, I've fought with them. This will struggle a little bit, but not enough to where I'm like, oh man, I really wish I didn't bring this at all. And then on the bot front, I never bring light pen weapons. I would never. So I'm going to say this thing is absolutely useless against the bot front. But because the major order right now is Illuminates, I have been taking advantage of that. And I'm trying to get this leveled up as fast as I can. Because I will say this right now, when you level up your weapons and get past, once you get to level 20, it drags, dude. You see all that XP right there? That's from one operation where I completed all side objectives. So yeah, the weapon level XP is not grindy until you hit level 20. Then it gets ridiculous. Like, for example, I just got the sniper scope, which is available at level 23. And I barely have any currency right now, so I don't want to buy it and waste all my currency. And that's another thing too. The weapon customizations and the paint skins are all paid for with requisitions, which is awesome. Like right here. And of course, the higher level you go, the more expensive they get, but that's fine. Like, it gives us a reason to use our requisitions, which was a big issue. I just bought the last upgrade on my ship for all the samples, so I will eventually run into the issue of having maxed out samples. But I'm just happy to be able to use my requisitions, and I have plenty of weapons to use them on. I will level up every weapon in this game. I don't know if I'll get them all to max level, but I'm very curious to see their upgrades. Now back to the Warbond real quick. In terms of drip, this Warbond wins in all fronts, dude. I have been wearing this armor set non-stop. And in terms of emotes and role-playing, this armor set wins in all categories when it comes to that. If you're buying this Warbond to have fun, get it. It's definitely worth it for the funness of it, with the Super Earth Flag stratagem, the pyro grenade, stuff like that. It's absolutely worth getting. And you just look so clean, it's ridiculous. The player card, obviously your super credits. So we talked about the amendment and how I think it's good on two fronts, it's not good on the bot front. If you're really good at accuracy, I bet you can make it viable on the bot front, but I would never. And also, I'm a sucker for old style weapons, and a bayonet is an old style choice of putting an attachment on a weapon. And of course I love it. I love the amendment and I love the Constitution. And I'm mad that the amendment is light armor pen though, because it reminds me, if you know history, the M1 Garand shot a big caliber in World War II. And then when America went into the Korean and Vietnam, the M1 Garand was still in there, but we started transitioning to the M1 Carbine, which shot smaller rounds, but at a more rapid fire rate. If you get what I'm saying, it feels like that's kind of what we're doing right here. This is shooting a smaller round, is my assumption, with its 20 round mag versus the Constitution shooting a medium pen weapon. I don't know. That's just my theory. Not only that, this is called the Masters of Ceremony, and I'm not justifying it being unviable at all. I'm trying to figure out why they would do this. This Warbond was supposed to be in celebration of defeating the Illuminates again. And it's parade gear, like, you know, weapons that you would see the military wear in parades, and armor and stuff like that. So that's my lore reason for why this released and why it's not so viable. I don't know. They could have just wanted this to be really good looking, and I don't know. I don't work at Arrowhead. That's my reason. But I will say this. The armor passive for this, unfortunately, is useless, and it sucks that you gotta sacrifice drip for usability. The giving a wearer a 50% chance to avoid grievous limb injury, you still take all the damage. So whether you break a limb or not, you're still going to be popping a stim immediately. So unfortunately, that's how it is. But the armor sets look insane. They really do. The sword is amazing. I've seen people complaining about the sword. I don't really know what y'all expected. It's a freaking cavalry saber, and you're using it, what, 500 years into the future? I don't know what you really expected in terms of viability. It does everything I want it to do. It's a melee weapon, and it's got the same stats as the Tomahawk. It's light armor pen, and it's one-handed. It's not going to wipe everything, unless you bring physical physique, which is the only way to really make melee viable in this game. But I still will wear this armor and rock that sword. I don't care. And guess what? I'll still beat the mission. And then, of course, the most controversial thing, and I don't agree with how they did this, the one true flag. Yes, it's amazing, and yes, it's what we've been asking for. We wanted to do something. Like, I like that it's a spear, and it's apparently got the longest reach now. It doesn't feel it when you use it. It really does not. And trust me, I've tried using it a bunch of times. It feels like it's got the same length as the stun lance, and it shouldn't. It's twice as big. It kind of retracts when you're using it, so I'm wondering if the hitbox is just bugged or something and they're not telling us. But it's a really cool weapon to carry around and hold. I've been playing with randoms and I'll bring it, and they all salute, they all march, they all love seeing it. Planting that flag down to hold the line is also really great. I actually have a clip, I'll play it right now, of me and my buddies. I'm carrying the flag, they all had constitutions, and we rushed at a bot objective, I think. And we got obliterated, of course. But it was so much fun. I do think the one true flag should do something, because it takes a stratagem slot. It'd be very different if this was a secondary or even a primary weapon. Then more people would be excusing it, but it's not. So this is what we have. And judging by the amount of complaining about it, just for being useless, I think we'll see something. If it's not... Like, I don't care if it's realistic or not. It's taking a stratagem slot, which is just not okay to do nothing. It doesn't even do more damage than the normal melee weapons. It does stun a lot, according to the flesh mods, but that's about it. Like, I'm fairly certain the saber, the stun lance, and the tomahawk all do the same amount of damage as the one true flag. And like I said, it feels like the reach isn't actually as long as it's supposed to be. What are you doing? It is a waste, unfortunately. Very fun to bring, though, and have fun with your friends. Of course, we talked about the lockstep emo. I love this thing so much. Fun fact, if you have the saber equipped or the true flag, you will get a unique emo for doing that. So just so you're aware of that. The last thing I want to touch is the pyrotech grenade, which a lot of people were worried that this thing was going to suck. No, this is my primary grenade now. The grenade, I'll throw it, it will spark out, it will set everything around it on fire, and then it does a massive explosion. Penetration 3. Explosion. And, dude, it's awesome. I wish the spread was a little bit longer, but that's my only complaint. I'm being serious. I love using this thing, and I want it to have a longer reach. That's my only complaint. It can break bug breaches, stuff like that. Obviously, it's a little delayed because it does the sparkler thing inside the ships. but it will blow up breach holes and shits and bot factories as well. So yeah, and then the last thing, the sample scanner gives Helldivers a 50% chance to retrieve twice the samples on sample pickup. It should be like 35%. That's not worth it to me, especially because I just got the last ship upgrade, so now I'm in the crew of that's useless. I'll bring it to help my friends, but that's about it. But yeah, I wanted to just talk about the Masters of Ceremony Warbond and the weapon customization really quick, because I'm gonna try to get this video out before tomorrow, but if you've been living under a rock, in 13 hours and 15 minutes, in 9 hours, we are going to be losing New Haven, and that is the last planet before they reach Super Earth. I don't know if we're gonna be able to fight on Mars. I'd be really curious to see if we do. But we're going to Mars, dude, and I want to make a video on that as well. So I'm going to try to get this video out as fast as I can. If you're seeing this after the event, sorry, I have a family. And I work full-time. But I'm going to try my best to get this out. But I wanted to just give my opinion on the new Warbond and the weapon customization. As someone who plays horde shooters, and this game is very, very much a horde shooter. It's an extraction shooter, technically. But as someone who plays these types of games a lot, it reminds me of Darktide, the weapon customization, and, well, the weapon leveling up system. And that's a fantastic feeling, honestly, because that actually helped improve the longevity. And if you watched any of my Darktide videos, you know that the Unlocked and Loaded update, I feel like, was the best update that game has ever done. So with this game following in the footsteps of that, that is absolutely amazing, and I wish Arrowhead the best of it. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit that like button. It helps me out tremendously. And if you could go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well, trying to reach 1,000 subs, hopefully by the end of this year. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all on the battlefront tomorrow. Remember, everybody, Super Earth cannot fail.